Alright everybody, so welcome back to another video. As you can see by the title and the little opening there, today I'm going to be beating Elden Ring as Captain America. I just thought of this idea the other day for something fun to do and decided to record it. So I picked the Samurai class to start off with and made him look somewhat like Captain America. And yeah, this is how it went. Now, Captain America obviously doesn't wear samurai clothes, nor does he use a bow or a sword. So I used my cheat engine to give myself the Smith's Grip Shield and also the cases for a fist weapon, and they were going to be the only two weapons that I used for this run. So I equipped both of them, the shield in my left hand and the cases in my right hand, and got the run started.
Hey!
So the DLC brought in the Smith's Grip weapons, which you're able to throw, which I'd only used the Great Hammer, and hadn't really used this one before. So I tested it out on a ram, and it wasn't really going anywhere. So I then decided to test it on a normal enemy, and it resulted in the same result. And then I realised you kind of need all the stats to use a weapon properly, and the Smith's Grip Shield requires 11 intelligence and 11 faith, which the samurai does not have. As you can see, it has 9 intelligence and 8 faith, so I needed to do some leveling up to use the weapon properly. With the troll dead, I had just enough souls to get the intelligence but not the faith, so I had to go and get some more souls. With the remainder, I did however buy the crafting kit and one of the smithing stones from the merchant down below. I sold all my scraps and then tried again. That's better. Now we can test it out for real. I wasn't quite close enough, so then I got closer and tried again, and that's a lot better. But of course, we needed to try and test it on a boss. That damage was good, but of course the shield was unupgraded. So all these stones I got from the tunnel I used to get up to +3, and then it was time to try against Margit. So I summoned an Avenger and got to work. Oh, come on. That was so close. Rogier did kill him, but of course it was too late. So, +0 weapons for fists, that was actually pretty decent. So I ran again. With the Git defeated, I was introduced to Melina Romanov, who took me to the Shield's headquarters, where I introduced myself to everybody, which I didn't really care about. And then I leveled up my strength and moved on. I then ran back to the Hydra headquarters, spoke to this gatekeeper. Open it, 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 open it. Huh. Thanks. And then promptly murdered him. I lit this grace for later. Killed a bunch of birds. Grabbed the smithing stone 3. Lit the grace. Died apparently. Clear the guards. Got murdered by this guy. Fuck you entirely. Grabbed the key. Died again. Thought about cosplaying as Thor with Mjolnir. Snuck past this guy. Lit the grace. Grabbed the claw talisman. Equip the claw talisman. Grab some smithing stones. Upgraded. Snuck inside the building. Murdered some guys. Grabbed a lift. Thought about fighting the Grafted Scion. Because I died. Lit the courtyard. Quit out for safety. Lit the grace. Killed some pots. Defied gravity. Ow. Grab some pots. Lit the grace. Grabbed a smithing stone. Trim lily. Golden seed. 5 smithing stones. Spoke to Nepheli.
I'm here by how this graph is tainted. I ask you, caught the winds, I'm certain.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Back off, buddy. Went back to Shield headquarters, leveled up my Castus and Shield, and then went back to fight Godric. Summoned an Avenger, and got to work. Another first attempt went south. So, I just have to go and try again. And here's how that turned out. There we go. That's how it should have been the first time. Well, hopefully the second attempt is not foreshadowing for the rest of the run. Surely. Surely not, right? Right? Shit. With Godric's runes, I leveled up strength, put 1 point into mind. Took the elevator up. Grabbed his Infinity Stone. Equipped his Infinity Stone, and then it was off to Leonia. I lit Disgrace, and then it was time for a collectathon. So, here we go. I handed over the bell bearing, and then I leveled up my Castus and Shield, trying to contemplate which one I wanted to prioritize. I ultimately went with the Shield, because Captain America uses his shield mostly. That was my logic. I ran out of materials, so I went and bought some more, and then leveled up the cases to +7 as well. And then it was off to Hogwarts. I made sure to grab this seed first and beat up the guards at the front. Opened a very slow door. Lit the grace, and then I ran through the graveyard. And I made sure to drop down here to grab my next set of clothing to make it look more like Captain America. Yay. And took the lift over here, lit the grace, grabbed the Smiling Stone 4 from outside. I baited this nerd for his lunch money, skipped these guys, and then went to go pet the doggo. Okay, friendly dog was not very friendly. At all. Guess I had to try and teach it a lesson. Or not. Wow, that was one bad behaved puppy. Still better behaved than Hazel and Loki though. I pumped the dog's rooms straight into strength. And then headed out to the courtyard to get some extra runes. Grab this seed. And I told Moongrum all about gravity. Take that, you nerd. I figured facing him now shouldn't be that much of a problem, right? Right? Wrong. After that last attempt, I then decided to show Ronald that it is actually brawn over brain. Too bad for her. I studied how to win. Take that, Queen of the Nerds. with her runes, I leveled up more health and strength. Then it was time to make my way into Altus. I went to the Bell Church, grabbed this seed, grabbed the Leonia West map fragment, grabbed the golden seed and the smithing stone 5 at the bottom of the ravine, and then it was another collectathon time. So sit back and relax. And here we go. Now, I was not expecting to destroy Makar like that, so this was very surprising. And then, with his souls, I leveled up more strength and health, of course. Grabbed this Side of Grace, and then I went up to the Lux Ruins using this exact path. Flawless, I know. And then I beat up Gillica. Oh wait, did I say kill? I meant slaughter. I slaughtered Gillica. I grabbed the sword rune, and then equipped the sword rune, which would just give me a little bit of extra damage at full health. I grabbed the golden seeds out in the outskirts, and the map fragment. Took this waygate, grabbed this Side of Grace for later. And then I was looking for the Altus Tunnel and Old Altus Tunnel to then grab more Spinning Stone 5s so I could upgrade my weapons further. So, yeah, it's another collectathon. Then with the acquired runes and smithing stones, I leveled up the Smithscript shield to plus 16. Then it was back to Altus to into the capital. I ran past Tweedledee and Tweedledum, grabbed the Grace, the 2 golden seeds, the map fragment, and it was down to Sealed Tunnel where I grabbed the Smithing Stone Bell Bearing and then put it into the shop. Bought all the smithing stones that I needed. And leveled up my Caestus. Then I ran up to the next side of Grace and grabbed the 2 golden seeds. Then leveled up health. Beat this guy so I wouldn't get snapped in the back of the head. That'd suck. Then I summoned Thor again. And beat up the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Yeah, okay. Maybe I got slapped by DTS. So I went back to the Stake of Marika, and we started again. With the Draconic Tree Sentinel dead, it was time to level up more health and vigor, because we'll get into some very tough bosses. Then I went in to speak to Melina.
I shall depart to ascertain the farewell.
Ah, what? Just gonna run away? Rude. So I skipped past everyone, running over the rooftops. Skipped past Fatty. Lit the Grace. Skipped up the dead dragon. Climbed up the ladder. And gave this guy a good old pat on the back for being such a good guy. Good work, buddy. Love your work. And then it was time to grab my next weapon of choice. So I ran up to the Colosseum, avoiding the duelist, and picked up the Starfist. And then it was time to go see Master Hugh to get it beefed up before I could fight Goldtree. That I was not looking forward to. But first, I needed to test dummy. So I went and summoned Elbrick and probably told him to go fuck himself. Take that, Ice Boy. And with his little bit of souls, I then leveled up the Starfist to plus 11. Maybe plus 12. And then it was up the very long tree trunk to then fight Goldtree. Are you kidding me? This was attempt 1. Attempt 1, people. How robbed could you feel? This is bullshit. This was even more frustrating. So, I went again. With Goldfish runes, I just gave myself more health. And then, I bullied this Black Knife Assassin. Aside from that one kick, he was helpless. And then, Natalia running off. Came back. Apparently Morgott didn't get the memo that we had gotten good, so we had to show him again. Yeah. Take that, King of Laydell. Yeah. Man, I could do this all day. Too much? Too much. I tried to enter the Hydra headquarters, but I was apparently rejected for some reason. So I started the Grace, to try and come up with a plan, and then the lady who decided to run off before decided to come back and plead for forgiveness, and apparently told me about burning down some tree. Sounds like a hot date, so I couldn't pass it up. Apparently our date was somewhere high up in the mountains. I didn't realize I had to do cardio this day, so I walked closer, ran through it, opened the door. I took the elevator, grabbed the smithing stone, golden seed along the way, and then stood up and hoisted up the medallion to take the rolled lift, grabbed the fat magnet, tried to execute the speedy glitch to grab the smithing stone bell bearing, took the bridge of Khazad-dûm, and then I reenacted the motorbike trick from the Winter Soldier. This is not a one-to-one reenactment, please do not at me. Grabbed the golden seed. I gave Borealis the cold shoulder. Grabbed the smithing stone bell bearing. Sacred Tear. Smithing stone 7s. And I upgraded using all of the sacred tears and golden seeds that I collected thus far. Then it was time to prep for the end game. So I need to go back and collect a few items that I'd missed previously, and I need to think about putting frost on my weapon. So I grabbed some Trina's cookbook, grabbed the wondrous physic and the sacred tear. Then I jumped behind and grabbed the waygate to get to Caelid. Grabbed this golden seed along the way, jumped up to Fort Farith, let the Grace out here, snuck through and grabbed the source seal, quit out for safety, Warped out the front, equipped the Soul Seal, and then as always for a good bit of runes, I beat up Grail. Now if you're ever wondering how much health she had, like I was, it's about this much. Now with her souls, I leveled up more strength. Popped my consumables, and leveled up more strength. I then grabbed the Smithing Stone 7s and the item, top of the rock. Took the most stupidest route to get to this side of Grace. Because I'm an idiot. Grabbed the map fragment, Golden Seed, side of Grace. Took the way into Castle Redmane. Let the Grace inside for later. And then it was time to boost my Star Fist up even higher. So I heard through the grapevine that I could go to the Church of Ela and go to the Dragonbone Ruins. And there was this chest down here that could take me to this super special candy store, which was way too hard to pass up. Ooh, piece of candy. 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 And then I was deciding if I should actually fight this Falling Star beast. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? If I die, I die. No big deal, right? Now, I did almost die in that fight, but it was well worth it because I got a whole bunch of Smithing Stones, which was completely necessary. Then after beating it, I realized that I couldn't warp out of there until I started at Side of Grace. So I sped through Caelid. I made it to the safety of this Side of Grace, and it was back to Shield Headquarters, where I then leveled up more of my Starfist and got it to plus 15. Then I bought more Smithing Stone 6s because I had the runes, and then it was off to start the Infinity War. So I spoke to Nicholas Fury, got a Smithing Stone 6 before I entered, and I took the Waygate to get the fight started. Which I tried to do the skip where you negate the ranged phase, which didn't work. So I summoned all the Avengers that I could and properly kicked his ass. With Iran's runes, I bought more Smithing Stone 6s so I could level up both my Starfist and Smith's Grip Shield to plus 21. Trying to prioritise which one I wanted to do, obviously. Inevitably, I ended up leveling up both to plus 20. So that was cool. And then it was off to Fire Giant. Wait. Nope. I'm missing something. There we go. Yeah, I was ready to fight him, so I put on my cold hard determination. Yeah. It's gonna be like that. So, I went in again, and I was expecting to lose once again, because I always have a tough fight with this guy. And then I got to phase 2 in the second attempt. And lo and behold, I beat him on the second attempt. Which was quite shocking to me. So, I ran up the Leaky Cauldron, lit the Side of Grace, and leveled up my health and my strength. And then started my super hot date with Natalia running off.
Let my hand.
Whoa, man. What a night. Wait. How the fuck did I get here? That all jokes aside. I grabbed the Smithing Stone 8 from here. Ran past all the Beastmen and lit the Side of Grace. Hey, you weren't invited. Sit down, sunshine. Grab the Smithing Stone 6. Dragon Moon Bruce. And grab this Side of Grace as well. Then I decided to test out the Smith's Grip Shield on these guys. And it was probably bullied back by this asshole. Thanks, dude. So of course I had to get my revenge. Grabbed the Smithing Stone 7, ran past all these guys, which they were not happy about in the slightest. So, taught him a lesson too. Grab the Spinning Stone Bell Bearing and lit Disgrace. And then I realized I needed to go get a few extra things before fighting the Godskin duo. Cool, mushrooms in hand, I made 3 sleep pots, which should surely be enough for these guys, right? So I jumped over the balcony and tried to do the strat where you throw a sleep pot straight down the middle, and yeah, promptly got my ass kicked because I suck at this game. So I went again. Oh, right. Trinity Lilies. Shit. Ah, that's better. Now let's go make some. Right. Cracked pots. Thank you for that. I need more runes. Thank you for those. Now let's go again. Nope. I also didn't realize that I hadn't killed Banal, so I summoned him for this fight. Fuck. Shit. Whew. Got him on the next try though. These guys are seriously the worst boss in this entire game. Surely nothing's worse than them, right? Right. With their souls, I leveled up more endurance and some health to prep for Malekith. Before moving on, I handed over all the bell bearings that I had in my inventory. And then I needed to level up my Starfist and shield as far as I could. From here, I needed to make my way to the biggest nightmare of this entire run. First, I had to sneak past all the birds, punch them with this dragon, and apparently die. Yep. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong footage. I got past and went straight up the elevator, hoping that this guy would blind back gravity, lit this grace, and then leveled up the shield to max. Yeah, leveled up the shield to max. Good job. And then it was back to the side of the bridge, where I picked up the runes and the smithing stone and went in for the first attempt. Yeah, this was getting very painful. So, welcome to my 12-step process on how to beat Malekith. Step 1. Kill Banal. Step 2. Take armor. Step 3. Equip armor. Step 4. Admire drip. Damn, that's sexy. Step 5. Waste the next half an hour of your entire life to track down an NPC that you couldn't find because you didn't end up doing the quest line. But hey, at least we cut a boss though. Step 6. Get that kicked in. Step 6.5. Same as previous, really. Step 7. Collect tears. And not the ones you made from crying over that boss. Step 8. Eat dirt. Step 9. Find Nokron. It's higher than that. Step 10. Fight the imposter among us. Well, he's gonna wake up with a headache in the morning. Step 11. Make a forever friend. Step 12. Legitimately acquire upgrades. Totally legitimately. Step 13. Maximum friendship. Like, maybe I lied before that it was less than 12. Step 14. Try again.
I want to die.
One single throw is all it would have taken to take him down. But no, I was robbed. Oh boy, was I robbed. So, I give it a few more attempts over a couple more sessions, and then decided to give poison a go, and something unbelievable happened. Yep, my recording software decided to cut out. But I killed him. So after 18 attempts and one final victory, it was over. But I picked my head up and continued on. With these runes, I leveled up more strength and a little bit of health. I mean endurance. Oh, and health. Nice. And then I went to go off Sir Gideon near. I said I went to off Sir Gideon Neo. I said I offed Sir Gideon Neo. Thank you.
In my bones, a tarnished cannot.
Shut up, you wanker. With Sir Gideon Wanker's souls, I leveled up more health and more strength just to be safe against the horror low. And then I prepared myself. And it went exactly as you would expect. Now, if you expected me to beat him on 5 tries, then you got it right. Oh, wait. You thought it was going to take me like 20 plus tries? Wow, gee. Thanks. And with the souls, I boosted up my strength as far as I could get it, and gave myself a little bit of extra health for the Rata Beast. Jesus, it's fucking bright, man. What the fuck? Now, a lot of the temps, this guy just running on fucked himself, so I'm just gonna skip straight to all of the Elden Beast fights. So, here you go. So it was quite a struggle, so I decided to go back to Stormvale and collect the iron wet blade so I could make my weapon heavy, because he is not weak to any sort of status effect, so I figured heavy was the way to go. The first heavy tank was a bust, but then I locked in, and here we go. And there you have it, beating Elden Ring as Captain America. I'd like to thank everyone for coming along, very much appreciated. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Tati bye.